First half was the best basketball we've played all year, so very encouraging. Phylon's out, ball was moving, it was crisp. Uh, you know, Holloway, Reitzel did a really good job taking care of it. Amari was hitting threes. As a team, we shot it well. Then second half, a little disappointed with our leadership. Didn't think we played as hard as well. Thought we played the scoreboard too much. So really disappointed in the second half, but super encouraged by our mentality going into the game. Our defense on Hubbard was great in the first half, other than one play when we just kind of fell asleep on it, gave him the three. He scored 3 points. Then, he ended up getting 11, which for him, who just had 46 on Auburn, outscored their entire team in the first half. I thought our guys were really locked in, did a pretty good job. That's Holloway, Reitzel, Bethea, and everybody else that was helping. Now, the rest of the team probably just played their best offensive game. I mean, they hit 13 threes outside of him. I'm guessing that's 15 threes is probably the most they've hit all year. We got to do a better job when guys start, catching fire. I mean, Grace has 3, Achora has 3, multiple guys have 2 threes. We got to do better than that on defense, guarding some of those other guys. But our defense on Hubbard was good. I thought Holloway, outside of the turnovers, shooting 16, 10, and 7, 3 rebounds away from a triple-double. So for, Phylon to be out, Holloway to almost, shoot, he had 6 rebounds halfway through the second half. We couldn't find him anymore. We didn't get enough stops for him to get rebounds was part of the problem. Like, our defense wasn't very good, but, for him to be 3 rebounds shy of a triple-double, great night for him. Trelly scored it really well again with 18. Amari's maybe best shooting night of the season. 5 guys in double figures with Houston with 9 right there. I thought pretty good. And London had 8, so pretty good balance overall. Was able to get, a guy like Bethea almost 20 minutes, and good to get Taylor back in the mix, playing better. I thought his energy, that tip dunk that, he had there late, I thought was really good. Just his overall energy hit the 1-3. I was happy with him. He ends up with 10 and 6 when he hasn't really been healthy and not in shape. So for him to get 19 minutes, 10 and 6, I was really happy with him too.
Kind of already hit on how people stepped up with LeBaron out, but if he continues to be game to game, how much is that going to need to continue if guys kind of stepping up on offense?
Yeah, we're going to need Holloway, Reitzel, Amari to continue to play like they did tonight, just without the turnovers. Holloway and Reitzel combined for 7 turnovers. It's too many in the backcourt. But outside of those turnovers, I thought they were pretty good. I thought Reitzel's defense, and Holloway was good too. He ended up, we started him on Hubbard, and we wouldn't have been saying that a few weeks ago. Reitzel picked the guy up in the backcourt, got the steal. I thought he ended up with 2 steals. He made the one play where we went down the other end, got the 3 in the first half, got the 1 steal, laid it up there in the second half. I think those plays are kind of ignite us. We need more of that. I think more guys are capable of doing that. But, yeah, we need Reitzel and Holloway to continue to play well, even when Phylon does come back, because, he hasn't been 100%. We'll see how quickly we can get him healthy here before Saturday and see what he looks like by Saturday.
Yeah, for Holloway, he tied his career high in assists. Even with LeBaron coming back at some point, what do you want to see him continue in terms of his ability to facilitate and create for guys?
He gets in the paint. I think his physicality on his drives is significantly better. These teams that don't want to give up threes and just start building out, leaving the paint open, gets in there, and then their kind of natural reactions take over. They do collapse. He was able to spray it, was able to find, some bigs. He was good. Outside of the turnovers, he was really good. And, he's frustrated with himself with some of the turnovers, but he'll get those cleaned up. He's not a guy that usually turns it over. He doesn't average hardly very many turnovers on the year. So he'll get those cleaned up. I don't, we obviously can't be turning it over against Tennessee. They do a great job pressuring us, getting into us, playing with some physicality. We just got to handle it a lot better.
I want to ask you if this game compares at all to the Yale game from the standpoint that you were without Philon both of those games. Both games you went pretty crazy from three-point range. I think it was 22 out of 54 against Yale. So were the game plans at all similar without Philon in those two?
You know what? I didn't realize that. I guess we need to sit Philon more, huh? The offense clicks. We get 22 threes every time we sit him. Maybe I'll see if he wants to sit Saturday. I don't, off the top of my head, remember exactly what Yale's game plan was. I do remember that I felt like they kept packing the paint because our athleticism was a lot better. And so they packed it, and guys were willing to move the ball. Thought Reitzel, Holloway, Mari Allen, they all moved the ball very well. Didn't over-dribble it against Yale. And when you move the ball, you got shooters all over the floor, and you typically make threes. Thought we came out with the right intent tonight to move the ball and make threes. So, yeah, this team, they do a pretty good job collapsing when you do beat them. I think once we started hitting them all, they started switching and trying to build out some, and then that's what I think Holloway got downhill, scored at the rim a little bit. So, but we only took 21 twos tonight, so we probably didn't attack the lane quite like we needed to once they started switching and building out.
Yeah, Mari had a record for threes, and is there was there like a green light talk before the game?
No, he's had the green light all year. We moved the ball better tonight, and he got in a rhythm, and I think, what was he, 5 for 5 at the half? Yeah, would have been nice if he would have got more than 2 attempts up in the second half. I didn't like the way we moved the ball in the second half. Like, score 63 when the ball moves. I'm not sure why you'd go away from that. I thought we took too many off the dribble threes early, almost like, okay, we hit 16, now we're trying to chase some kind of record or something, and then we didn't get the right threes. When the ball was moving and we got the blender threes, you get them in the blender and the ball's moving around, that's when we were hitting them. So it'd been nice if Amari would have got a lot more than 2, and I think we needed to do a better job moving the ball in the second half for him to get it on a night when he was shooting it like he was.
Now that he's back healthy, is this the kind of game that you want to see more consistently out of Taylor?
Yeah, all over the glass. I mean, had 6 rebounds in less than 19 minutes like that. Yeah, I thought he was good. Hey, you could tell he's rusty. He had the one travel. He fumbled a catch there. He's got to get practice reps. He's got to continue to get game reps. We got to get him back in the flow. But yes, I was generally very happy with his effort, his defense. Even he went down, chased down the one, ended up being a goaltend. But his effort on that play, no, he was good. This is what we need out of Taylor.
How big is it for everybody else on this team to be healthy enough right now to, let LeBaron really get that rest that he needs to potentially be ready to go on Saturday?
Yeah, no, it was huge. To have confidence in all of your guys to play well and play the amount of minutes they did so that Fallon can rest is great. And we looked pretty good without him. The ball moved really well.
Coach, I know you were speaking about Jalil Bethia's attitude yesterday and talking about how this game would be a big one for him, maybe defensively. How did you think he played energy-wise? I thought he got some deflections, and he gave you 20 minutes tonight and was +3.
No, he's playing hard. He, offensively, he had the one turnover. He had a couple misses at the rim. But outside of that, he's just got to kind of settle down on offense. But his effort on defense, go look at what he did on Hubbard, who's one of the most dynamic scorers in the country. He's got length, athleticism, toughness, and a will to fight, a will to compete. I like where he's at right now. I was really happy we were able to get him 20 minutes tonight. It would have been nicer if we could have got him some more shots, but I was happy he got the 20 minutes and played hard through those 20 minutes, and we were +3 when he was in.